Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the coming lunar eclipse that will be happening May 26th. It occurs at 11 degrees of Scorpio. And of course, I'm talking about the sidereal Vedic astrology, not tropical Western. This is going to be a doozy because Scorpio is the sign of emotion, passion, devotion. So we're going to see some major changes evolve out of this, especially for us all personally. But before I start, I want to remind everyone I am starting a new Semester 1 with the University of Vedic Astrology. If you've been wanting to learn Vedic astrology, now's your time. It's all online. We have some stellar classes coming up here every week. So go to universityofvedicastrology.com. And remember, if you want to receive my free newsletter, go to my website, galacticcenter.org, and sign up for my free newsletter. And don't forget to check out my beautiful spiritual jewelry that I have a new array of malas, prayer beads, and they are beautiful. So let's get going and start talking about what's to come with this eclipse season starting May 26th with the lunar eclipse, not only in Scorpio, but the nakshatra that it's in is called Anuradha. And Anuradha is very potent. I love this nakshatra because it's ruled by Mitra. Mitra is the god of friendship. And I think this is the time that we're all meant to come together with a sense of meaning, purpose, to help empower one another. That's what the world's about. For us to empower others, to put that energy out there, because when you do, it comes back. And this is what makes us feel purposeful, meaningful with our lives, when we truly give to others and it comes back to us. It's always, remember, I've heard that many say when they go through near-death experiences, when they go to the other side but come back, they always say, I wish I would have spent more time with my family. I wish I would have done more with the people I love. That's what we have to remember during this time. Treat every day like it is the last day, with meaning and purpose, not with the fear that it's the last day, but just a sense of living life with meaning and purpose. That's what I think Scorpio's all about. Scorpio is that intense passion. And that's what we need to arrive and wake up to. And when I look at this lunar eclipse, I notice that Venus is in Taurus, close to Rahu. And Venus in Taurus deals with beauty, deals with artistic pursuits. It deals with the beauty of nature. And that's something that I think is going to be brought out. The beauty of this world, it needs to be brought out. This is a beautiful planet. And when you appreciate the nature and the beauty in things, this empowers you and this gives you a sense of peace. Because truly, when you understand the beauty in nature itself, you're really looking at the beauty of the divine, the divinity that gives everything life. And that comes through the flowers, it comes through the trees, it comes through the mountains, it comes through the oceans, the lakes. When we see we have such reverence for the beauty of this planet, it gives you a sense of healing and peace. This is important. Now, another thing that I notice that's going on that's really important for the next month or 2 months is that Jupiter is stationing. During the time of this eclipse, it's almost at its point where it's standing still. And it's around 7-8 degrees of Aquarius. But here's what what I want to make reference to. Aquarius is about humanity, bringing people together, but it's going to be in the nakshatra called Shatabhishak. That nakshatra is called the nakshatra of the 100 healers. And yes, we are here to heal. We're here to heal the illusion of this world, to wake up to our true divinity of that we're all connected, we're all one, we're all part of that spark of the divine. Call it God, God consciousness, awareness. That's what we're all here to awaken to. And that's what I think this nakshatra has a deep connection to. Another thing that Shatabhishak has reference to is hard to cure diseases. And I find people that have this nakshatra really strong in their chart, they're surrounded by people that have hard to cure diseases. Now you might be thinking of cancers or, rare diseases, hereditary diseases, but I think the hardest to cure disease is the disease of the mind. And that's mental disease. And that can take root in things such as addictions and all sorts of mental disorders. If you don't have your mind, how can you become aware? You're troubled, you're stressed, and a healing has to come concerning healing the mind, awareness, and consciousness. And that's what I think Jupiter in this nakshatra is going to bring about. Some new levels of awareness and healing. And I think the most important healing is to understand if we can heal our emotional body, our mind, we heal the physical body. This is a fact. You're going to see that scientists all around the world will be starting to really connect with the body, mind, and spirit potential of healing. Another thing that this nakshatra Shatabhishak is known for is the sky watcher. I love this because what is the sky watcher but an astrologer, an astronomer? And what's out there in space? This will come alive. And as I keep predicting, the relevance of aliens and their connection to us and how they've been helping us. Maybe groups haven't been helping us, but for the most part, let me tell you something. If they were here to truly harm us, they could have already. I think what they're mainly after is to help us not destroy ourselves, because at the rate we're going, we could. But we have been receiving intervention, and a lot of this is going on, and a lot of it will be exposed. Many will believe, many will not believe. Even with the facts, there's too much fear in that. But there's nothing to fear, especially with the fact that they're saving us from destroying ourselves. So during the time that Jupiter's going to briefly be in this nakshatra, because this nakshatra extends from 6 degrees 40 minutes of Aquarius to 20 degrees. And while Jupiter reaches, it's at 7 degrees, 8 degrees of Aquarius, it's going to retrograde back out of this nakshatra. But later on, towards the end of the year, when it goes back into this nakshatra, the truth of the alien connection will be out. Another thing, during the time of this lunar eclipse, we have Mercury stationed at 0 degrees of Gemini. It's all about our communications with each other around the world. Mars has been in Gemini and will continue to be in Gemini till around the first week or so of June. But Gemini, Mars being there, really activates things with communication, such as Mars is a malefic and does deal with war. What are we having experiences with? Cyber war. I know many people whose businesses have been hijacked through the internet. And they want ransom. It is a nightmare what is going on with the corruption. You know, they don't have to kidnap people anymore for ransom. They've been kidnapping businesses. They get more money out of it. And it's a lot easier, and they expect payment how? Bitcoin. Can't be traced. But this isn't to degrade Bitcoin, because many think, oh, Bitcoin, you know, it's part of the Silk Road. It's bad because of drugs. Let me just say this. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is what's going to give us freedom from the banks and all of the big government that controls your money and takes way too much of it. Yes, it's not perfect yet. Yes, there's going to be corruption using it, as they are with these ransoms in cyberspace, but things need to be worked out. No matter what we do, there's always going to be those criminal minds that use it for their advantage. But let's focus on the good that it has for us. That's what we have to do. But let me just say, I think Mars going through Gemini is why we're having the corruption with cyberspace. Now, Mars in June is going to go into Cancer. Then we got another whole array of problems coming. I'll keep you posted on that when that comes to pass. But because Mars is debilitated in Cancer, it will be opposed Saturn. That will be major setbacks in government affairs, but that's to come in June and July, and particularly it will be there in July. So the next thing I want to talk about with this eclipse is the fact that the moon in this eclipse is with K2, and K2 is spirituality. And this is a time during this eclipse that you can go within and find what it is that is your purpose. I find so many people that ask for readings, more than not, people want to know, what is my purpose? What are my gifts? What am I all about? Astrology definitely gives us that reference point. Definitely tells us where we're gifted, what we're supposed to be doing with life. What is our purpose? But more than anything, our purpose is to discover who we really are, and that is our spirituality, that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, having an earthly experience. And what you do to empower yourself through empowering others is the way to go. Because so many people, when they've had something stolen from them, such as their freedom, when they get it back, the way that they get it back is when they really go within and reconnect to their spirit, their soul, their essence. And what they realize is they have to give it back. And their joy and their happiness comes through giving to others. And I don't just mean material things. I mean giving your time, your love, your appreciation. Our connection to each other is the most important experience on this planet. Don't take it for granted. This eclipse, in the most emotional sign, that actually is a sign that is the most emotional but has the hardest time expressing itself. Take this time during the eclipse to write down who and what you're in gratitude of. your connections to your loved ones, how you appreciate them, and show them. Your life will change by leaps and bounds, and all of the things that I've been talking about, the fears that eclipses bring on. Because remember, eclipses are a darkening of the light. You have to go within. Things come out that you didn't know, but still, it brings out fear because it's fear of the unknown. But if you understand there's nothing to fear and there's nothing but growth and you're going to the next level, on all accounts, that is what's going to bring you a sense of happiness and understanding why we're all here and how we're here to help one another. This is my message. We are all here to help one another. And it's not about this person believes in something I don't. No, find the common ground. We are all human beings. We all want the same thing, which is what? Happiness. Maybe happiness is delivered in many of various ways, but happiness is the sense of finding security. And the only way you're going to ever feel secure is when you feel connected. There's nothing in this world that lasts except for the divinity that was within you. Discover it, sense it, feel it, and the joy that you put out will be contagious. That's a promise. So with that, I'd like to close. If you'd like any more information on me, always remember to go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And don't forget, if you want to learn Vedic astrology with me, go to my university website, University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.